Hi, Avian Ranch here. I am taking a break from my pup antics, and I want to maybe tell you about something that I think you might find interesting. Okay, welcome to CoinMarketCap. Um, I think I might have found the next new Shiba. Now, if you know Shiba, you know that the price sucks. But it has a 250. That is not Shiba. Hmm. It was pretty low. Hmm. Shiba Inu here. Yeah. See, it's 8.2 billion market cap. Meaning, if you sold all the coins at the current price, you'd have 2 billion. Of course, it has 509 trillion coins, and it's fairly worthless. So you add up all that worthless into little pieces, and you have $8.2 billion. But obviously, if you keep selling all of it, it'll go down, and it'll be a sliding scale. So yeah, you're not gonna get it. It's just potentially. I don't know. It's just a nice way to look at things. Well, if I look at the chart, okay, August 2025. Let's go the all-time highs. Okay. Now, if you notice this, let's see, we got Shiba Coin. Yeah, we had a big old peak up here. 7.99 billion on the 2021. Yeah, we were all excited about Shiba when it peaked. And before, let's see, I was figuring out Grumpy Coin around here, and I should have known. I thought, man, I could have had $220,000 with it. But instead, I crapped out. I didn't have diamond hands, and I instead invested in Grumpy Coin. Sadly, well, anyway, it didn't last long, and it shrank back to where people thought it was worthless. I don't know what happened, but this was an interesting, this Halloween right here, 2021, that was an interesting Halloween. And so it would have been big if you sold it then. So I switched it to Grumpy Cat, but I was far from Potherium. Potherium is migrated to another contract. I just, what scammers. See, also, that October, it was created because Grumpy Cat scammers just, but you could have taken a piece. They didn't convert my coins, but I would have had a little leprechaun's dish full right here around October. Now, see, the cutoff was around Halloween of 2021, and yeah, it peaked about $8 a coin, 8 cents a coin. From what it was, which was 1/1000th of a coin. So you would have made a lot of money. Would have made $750,000 on that. But look how it's fallen. They all crapped out and cashed out. Well, let's just say Potherium wasn't giving me hope. So I'm gonna tell you about one of the best coins to buy or invest in or start mining for free. You can use a GPU, a graphics card. You can't use digital memory. So you have a lot of RAM, you can't mine it. You have to use your graphics card. Meaning, you know those things, the NVIDIAs, the Zocon, Zordon, I don't know what it's called, Zortec, a graphics card to mine it. But it's basically it's a Grumpy Coin clone. See, if you don't know about Grumpy Coin, let me tell you about their mission objective. Now, I hate Grumpy because they did give us 6 months to trade in our Grumpies, but I thought they were going to win the lawsuit from that stupid cat. See, she had a lawsuit, so she made them, that stupid cat. So they had to change the coin. And the owners had to cease and desist memeing a coin. Anyway, Grumpy Cat coin. So what's the deal about it? This Twitter is active. Why is it green? I'm really confused, but okay. I don't know, probably a cat. See, it's so worthless. Don't even... Man. Okay. But we won't talk about Grumpy Coin. Anyway, they donate to animal shelters and in need. So I'm going to give you what you should be looking at. This has found its way by some magical thing. It's called Meow Coin. Blockchain for animal welfare. Look, you can click to spin. Oh, no. It's a project. It's on the top list of coins to mine. And they have a get started guide, they have a mining guide, they have, you can make a wallet, you can make a core wallet, you can do Electrum, web, paper. It's very safe. Yes, you're going to have to get your firewall settings and allow your downloads and allow your desktop to bypass the firewall in the virus check if you have Windows. Otherwise, your Windows is going to delete the files for you because it does that for a lot of cryptos. Not saying you should always do it, but for this specific coin, it's safe. It's safe. Right now, they're working on changing some mining algorithms. Now, let me tell you why this coin is useful. Okay. We're going Meow Coin. And we have to look for the right one. And you're going to have to look for the pixelated little meow cat. Meow Coin. 206K. That almost looks wrong. I don't think... I don't know. Let me see. Musi. Okay, I don't know why it looks like it's so worthless. But anyway. Okay, you never know. But these people, it's gotta be this one. Yeah, it is this one, I think. Yeah, it's this one. Okay, Meow. Um, they're doing something where they're going to connect with Litecoin. Litecoin is an underdog of the Bitcoin world. But, okay, so the potential is 21 billion coins. Not trillions like Shiba, but billion, it's manageable. Right now, there's a supply of 2.9 billion that you can buy and sell. But if you look at their impact, you can see that they actually donate. They've donated 94 times in small amounts. It's a very small coin. It says it's more efficient using CPU and GPU only. Graphics processing unit, your graphics card. And alright, so they give 2,000 Meow coins per block to a foundation. That's for donations. And I don't know, maybe they get burned, or I don't know. There's nothing like Dobo, but I think right now Meow coin has been, here's the Explorer. Okay, so 2.1, you can buy 2.1 billion on the market. If you buy it for that 10,000th of a penny per coin, very cheap. Now if you look up here, you'll see that right now the amount of coins that are out there that have been mined are 8 billion. So we're almost halfway of all the coins mined. And mind you, there's plenty of coins to mine. This is 2025. If you notice when the coin started, when there were no coins, 2022. So for 3 years they've been working on this project. So then they mined 2 billion coins in June 2023. That's how many you can buy now. 2024 they mined 3.5 billion. And okay, once they mine them, then you're not gonna get very many, and eventually you just stop mining altogether and you just trade them. So mining only has its impact in the early stages, and we're still before half on a coin that's very worthless. Now if we go back to the website, we notice they have something called script plus Meow. Alright, so they're updating the mining algorithm here. I'll start up the miner. Okay. So once you figure out the miner, use an SRB miner. Be sure to turn off the virus check for your downloads and your desktop, or wherever you put your downloads. And it will start mining it with your graphics unit. Make sure you're not mining other coins. Nothing else is using your graphics card for mining. You need it to have proprietary. You only have one graphics card. You may have 8 cores on your CPU, your processor. You know, that Intel, 16 cores, whatever, but you only have one graphics core, unless you have 2 graphics cards. And it will start mining. I use RPlant. They're pretty good. There's another one that's more competitive, but bigger stakes, bigger rewards, just takes longer to get. There's a lot of people, so you compete for those. This one's pretty comfortable, and you're just getting thousands a day, which is not terrible. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, yeah, billions, but I mean, 3 years for 21 billion. I mean, divide. Let me see. What's a comfortable thing? Alright, let's see. Alright, it's been 3 years and we have 8 billion, so let's go 8 billion. I know you don't know what 8 billion divided by 65. So you could mine all those coins of all the people on the planet. If you mined 22 million coins a day, you would have all the coins mined out of Meow coin in 3 years. 21 million amongst like how many of you? And I don't really have that many, but it's a nice little project. You're like, oh, it's just pennies. Yes, it is pennies right now, as they all are. But the thing is that these people are working on it. Alright, let's go back to script plus Meow Pow. What does this mean? Well, alright, so they have this new, they're going to update the miner. You'll probably have to update it when it happens, but once we mine enough blocks, every time you mine a block, everyone who mines it gets a fraction, maybe, or there's a roulette, someone gets it if you're the winning miner. But so we are 36.7% of the way to mining our goal, which is only block 1,600,000. What does that mean? How many blocks are there? I don't know how many blocks there are. Here's the last block, is over 3 years, 1,580,000 blocks have been mined. So, and that's 3 years, so I guess in another 3 years, they're going to release this new version of a miner. Now, what does this mean? Well, from what I've heard, script plus Meow Pow is going to use something called script, which I'm gonna guess it means you'll be able to start mining with your RAM or your cores. You can use not just your graphics card, but you can use the other processing power of your computer. You can double mine, and I think I heard something that you can mine Litecoin with it, because they've been accepted into tons of exchanges. It's such a small project, but it's one of these that are not on the radar yet, but someone is really merge mining with Litecoin coming soon. We're developing merge mining compatibility with Litecoin, allowing miners to simultaneously mine both Mew coin and Litecoin. So you could start mining Litecoin as well. So that's something to look forward to, which a lot of people like. Litecoin made up people a little bit rich in the past few months. It's definitely a coin just to play around with and get a few pennies for a rainy day, and then check back in a few years. This is how Grumpy Coin and this is how Shiba Coin did it. Yeah, I know. You're like, it's a Ponzi scheme. Well, let me tell you, there's only so many good coins out there, and there's a bunch of bad ones. Like, this one, I see things. I checked the Discord. Nothing crazy. But the coin has to do something. Anyway, try Meow. MEOWC. MEWC. I think that's on the Ethereum network. I think. Not really sure. There's not too many exchanges, but it does have some. Let's see what markets you can. Right now, you can exchange it on one exchange, non-KYC.io. That one's pretty new, looks pretty polished. Not a lot of security hurdles. Looks pretty. I'd say it's bullish. Got a lot of people voting. But yeah, if you look at the chart on Meow Coin, it looks pretty good from just a few days ago. From 4 to 5 to 8. I mean, if you had a bunch, some pretty good fluctuations in there. Let's look at a month out. Yeah, everyone's in a down since August. Looks good. A year. You got a couple spikes. See, the more you mine it, the more holders you have, the fewer of these you get. And whatever, it's a split second. Most people don't make it. All-time high. Yeah, most people don't. Even though it looks like it, don't worry about it. It's not the world is shysting you. There's only $5,000 worth on non-KYC, but it is there. Anyway, thought that might be a fun little mining excursion. Not the best thing, but hey, sometimes you gotta hope. So anyway, toodaloo. Give Meow Coin a shot.